If you're a day trader and your account is not growing and remaining stagnant, it comes down to these 5 things. And today we're going to be discussing them. Now, these 5 things consist of you simply don't have a clear path to consistent growth. You don't have a blueprint. You don't have a plan. That's a big problem. Number 2, you can't see the holes in your game. If you can't see the holes in your game, you can't fix the mistakes. Those holes in your game are mistakes that you are constantly making. And if you can't see them, you can't fix them. Therefore, you keep going around cycle after cycle, circle after circle of the same things happening over and over again. Number 3, you don't know how to be patient in the trade, or on the opposite end of the spectrum, you don't know when to cut the trade. You don't know when you should be actually getting out, where the price action is dictating that this trade is done. You need to get out. You need to run from it. Number 4, and probably one of the biggest things, is you are constantly having small wins followed by one big loss that is taking you out constantly. And then lastly, your emotions are controlling your trading instead of your skill. And that's a big problem. So that's what we're going to be talking about Tuesday, May 28th at 7:30 p.m. I am doing a sizing webinar. I'm going to teach you exactly how to size up. We're going to be discussing a bunch of different topics. And I think from your perspective, more importantly, you're going to have the ability to chat live with me. You can ask me any questions you want. So again, that is Tuesday, May 28th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So what we have developed is a sizing program, and I'm just going to give you a little sneak peek of what to expect in this upcoming webinar on Tuesday. We've developed a sizing program that has basically solved all of those 5 issues for you, and you're now on a path to consistency. So one thing I wanted to point out is just how truly consistent you can be. We've been running this program for 2 weeks, over 2 weeks now, and what we've seen with the member success is insane. It is beyond even my wildest expectations. So I'm going to quickly go and share my screen here and show you some of these results. And I think you're going to find them very interesting as well. So let's get into it. So these are members' growth charts of their account, and it is small growth. But what I want you to focus on is the consistency here. And this is a member, Brian. This is his chart here. You can see beautiful, consistent, clean growth. No big spikes up, no big spikes down. That's not the type of growth you want. You want growth just like this. This one here is Tanya's chart, and Tanya is extremely consistent. She's been a member of Trick Trades for a long time, and she was willing to size back down and do this sizing protocol with us. Just to prove just how consistent you can truly be. If you make a game about it, if you gamify things, it makes learning a lot easier and you're able to really retain all of that information. So again, you see very clean, consistent growth. And this here is another chart where, again, you're seeing a repeat here, right? Like the growth of this is completely clean and consistent. Now, the next chart is very interesting, and this one's real key, and I want to point this out. So this is Lauren's chart. Lauren is extremely consistent, and what you see here is a little dip. So there was a loss. There was a day where she had taken a losing trade, a red trade. Now, for most of you watching this, how many times have you taken a red trade and it completely wipes out all of those gains? Well, you're not seeing that, are you? You're seeing a little itty bitty trade, a little loss, and then by the next day, she is completely recovered and recouped any of those losses. What a lot of traders have problems with is how to reconcile a loss. And I think that that's a major problem, because when you take such a big loss, if you're trading with too much size, or you don't have a trade plan, or you don't know when to cut the trade, all of those 5 things that we talked about at the beginning of this, when you don't know how to reconcile with that loss, you mentally damage yourself. We've all heard mental capital, the statement about mental capital and how important it is. But people don't know exactly what that means, especially new traders. They've heard these things, but they don't know what it means. And if you cannot reconcile that loss, you're never going to get over it, or it's going to take you a very long time to get over it, and you're going to do more and more and more and more damage to your account. Well, this sizing strategy completely stops it. Not only do you get guided fully into these trades, you get fully given trade plans, so you know when to enter, when to exit, in the whole nine. We have the three pillars to success here at Trick Trades. We have our entry strategy, which is a proven, consistent strategy that I've been working for over a decade in my trading career. That works, obviously works. Number two, you have your risk strategy. You have to know how much to risk and where to stop out. And it's not a basic bitch stop out strategy. This is a risk strategy that works. It keeps you in the trade just long enough to where even if it's coming down and you want to stop out, but it's like it has not hit your stop, do not stop out. And then you see it rebound and come right back up. It's amazing. It's truly amazing. And then number three, now our sizing strategy called Size Up. This sizing strategy teaches you and shows you consistently how to get growth. Now, you might be wondering, well, what does that mean? Well, we're going to discuss this even further on Tuesday, but I'll give you a little hint here. So a little sneak peek. So I'm going to take you from a $2,500 account. That is a small day trading account, $2,500 account. And I'm going to grow it, help you grow it into an $18,000 account, making $600 per day on average in 5.5 months. That's it, folks. That's how well this works. And I know that sounds like it's blue sky and you've heard all this shit before. I understand, but these results are working. It is truly working. The way that this is designed, it has never been done before. Like I said before we release this, that this is going to change the entire retail day trading space. It's not bullshit. That is fact. And what we're already seeing 2 weeks in, and you've seen the growth charts, those are only 4 charts. They weren't cherry picked. Okay. What this is all of the members that are following along are getting these exact same results, having the ability to go from a $2,500 small account, growing it to an $18,000 account and making $600 a day with minimum risk. That is life-changing. That is retirement right there. That is your path to freedom. Now, one of the other key points, and one of the last things I'm going to discuss, is how to spot the holes in your game. I've said this a lot lately, and I've even produced a video for you guys, and we're going to talk about this even more in the webinar here on Tuesday, May 28th at 7:30 p.m. East. It teaches you and shows you how to spot the holes in your game just through the app. It's an application that we have created for this, and I'm going to take you into this application. We're going to go over a member's chart and trade, and I'm going to show you exactly what this is about. So if we go into Catherine, and Catherine, I know she won't mind me sharing her results and all of this. Not only is she a member, but her and her boyfriend, Eric, are a friend of myself and Chrissy, and they're wonderful people. And I love being able to help the people that, I love and respect as well, and help them reach their goals. And that's what's happening with Catherine here. So Catherine is on the cusp of going up to sizing up into the next wheelhouse. We have wheelhouses in the way it's designed, and we'll discuss this more on Tuesday. But where you can spot the holes in your game is with these chart entries and screenshots. This was a trade that we took, and what you're going to have to keep in mind here is because it's puts, it's going to be inversed. We have basically shorted SPY. And what I want you guys to notice is this peak right where my cursor is right here. So that peak is this valley on the entry chart. And then the peak here on the entry chart is the valley on the actual stock chart. So now I want you guys to pay attention to the next peak. That's where I took my trade right into that first level of resistance, that major level of resistance. I want the best entry possible. And this is where it gets really, really interesting. Now, take a look at this. So if you take a look at Catherine's entry, it's definitely early. She entered at about $1.20 on the premium, and then she sold at about $1.40. That's a 20-cent gain and about a 15% gain. Okay. But where the holes in her game are, if she were to be a little more patient and entered right at those highs, really be patient and wait for that proper entry, she would have got in at $1 and then sold for about $1.40, $1.46. That is 40 to 46%. What she's done by entering early is essentially fucked herself out of making a massive trade. Every single trade can be a massive trade. You don't need a lot of size in these trades to make a lot of money. And this is where I come in and I show the members how to make those adjustments in their trading to then in turn their trading around. A lot of you actually don't realize that you are this close to success. You're this close. They're fine-tuned adjustments that you need to make. And we're going to discuss this lots on Tuesday. So I'm going to wrap this up. I just wanted to give you guys a quick little sneak peek of what to expect here on Tuesday. And we will see you guys there. The RSVP link is going to be in the description or the pinned comment below. So make sure to sign up for that. You need to RSVP for this. And I'm looking forward to seeing you all there and showing you exactly how this is done. So until Tuesday, May 28th at 7:30 p.m. East, we will see you there. Adios, folks.